All right, looking at Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. This is interesting because it has so many different types of suspended chords or suspensions inside of it that are really intuitive to a piano. Um, and so, yeah, that's what we're going to go over today is just kind of looking at this tune. It's at 116, but we're going to be taking it at 95, nice and slow. Just up front, we're looking at E major to D major to A major. Then we've got this, right? That little bit. C sharp and D sharp walking back to E, right? And then we've got this little bass thing that happens there going down to the fifth of the E chord. So all together it sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. The 4 chord, the A chord, is first inversion in your right hand. 2, 3, 4. Now, one of the things that's odd about this tune is that the verses aren't square. Each one has like an extra bar in it. It's not an even number. A couple of them were 17 measures. Try to stay aware of how long your verses are, because what ends up happening is something like this, where we play through our verse 2, 3, 4. Then when we get to the A chord, after this, we're going to take the second ending. Now that happens. We have an E sus4 chord, E A B over B in your left hand, returning to your E major chord. So that's the first type of suspension that we're seeing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then from there into the chorus. Close. B major. Okay, now at this point with B major, once we're here, we're kind of rocking this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is a pretty broad chord. We have A major over B, A major in the first inversion. This is relatively common. Just because this is a relatively simple shape. We already saw it earlier inside of the song, but we have a new root over the top, and so it sounds super suspended in the sense that if we're thinking of B as 1, we have the 2, the 4, and the dominant 7. And from there, going to E major. Now this, we have it in the second inversion in your right hand. So the fifth is on the bottom. Then the suspended chord looks like this. B, E, A. This is stacked fourths. This is a perfect fourth, and this is a perfect fourth. Very popular in the jazz world. But neat way to think of a suspended chord instead of... So all together, that first portion of the chorus, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 3, 4, and 1. So that's the first 4 measures. As we get into the second 4 measures, 5 through 8 of the chorus, 2, 3, 4. Now this is another moment where we have a little bit of variation here. The way that we're kind of dressing or ornamenting this B chord is by going to our E chord. It kind of sounds like a suspended chord, but we've got the motion of both the third and the fifth moving up to the 4 and the 6, if you're thinking of B as 1 and then back down, which coincidentally gives us E major over B and then back to B. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, Now, when we get here, there's a little bit of rhythmic fun. 1, 2, 3, and 4 E. Close. 1, 2, 3, and 4 E. 1, 2, and 3, and 4 E, and 1. That's it. 1, 2, 3, and 4 E, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, all of this is supposed to be 2 octaves in your left hand. So what I would practice, start with the verse. It's a little bit simpler. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In particular, I would practice that, getting used to going down to the fifth and coming back up. That and the walk up. Both those are great exercises to kind of get your left hand used to that spread of the octave and being able to do everything else that you need to while kind of letting 2 voices being played in your left hand. Anyways, back to the chorus. I want to try and make sure that we have a solid rhythmic example of measures 5 through 8 of the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3. So, metronome, 95. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. And from there, you're back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Into the verse. Next time, we'll cover the rhythmic fun that's happening in the second verse. There's also some good stuff in the soloing, some good variations there. But the nice thing, just to recap here, is that we have a couple of different suspended chords happening. In the verse, E major to E sus4 over B, back to E. And then as we're in the chorus, we're working with B, going down to A major over B, then to E major. In the second inversion, sus4, this is that stacked fourths idea, going back to E, then continuing on back to B major, E major over B, back to this idea. Yep, that's it. Have fun with it. Start at 95, or start where you're accurate. Start where you're accurate with the ideas. Think small parts, build it up into the longer phrases, and then go ahead and try and push it up to the upper tempos. I think it's one of those things that if you can get this solid foundation, you can play the tune. Everything else is just the next level up. But if you can play this stuff, you can survive the song. All right, take care. See you around.